Hey guys, Blue here back with another game analysis. So in our last game analysis video, we analyzed the game where we were playing Freddy on the swamp, in which we lost. And so my goal with that was to just kind of review what went wrong and what ultimately led up to me losing. In this video, we started off a little rough in our first chase. We made some mistakes, some questionable moves, but what happened was because of those mistakes, I think the survivors got overconfident. They all were running residual manifest, so perhaps they were there to bully. Regardless, the playstyle definitely shifted more towards bullying. But I think that because they got overconfident, they overplayed their hand and they really fucked up and things got out of control. So the reason why I'm gonna go back to this clip from our last game analysis is because the survivors also tried this technique. Now what I'm about to show you guys is when the survivors will slowly walk into a locker and then slowly walk out. What happens is if you M1 at all during this time, you'll get trapped in animation and get blinded. Now we knew that was happening in this clip, but because we messed up the timing, they ended up getting the blind. And in this game, they try it in this video and it does not work because I have evolved and I have adapted. And so yeah, let's go ahead and watch this shit together. And so we were playing on the Sanctum of Wrath. And I'm running an anti-healing doctor build. It's one of my favorite builds to run. Unfortunate for us, this is a really big map. So it's kind of tricky to get value out of it. But we'll just roll with what we got nonetheless. So I already see two survivors straight away. And then we got our third one. So I'm going to drop off and chase Claudette. Just because I have the best chance of hitting her. And I stun her here, predicting she's going to drop this pallet. I'm not sure if she was going to or not. Either way, we got the hit. And so here's where things get a little rough for us. I expected her to play that pallet, and she didn't. She held forward, which was the smart play. And then here, I tried hiding my red stain, like hugging the wall into a swing, and it didn't work because I got trapped on a rock. So I tried to cut her off here, and she ended up staying there, which is what I wanted, just to close that gap of distance. And then here, we also are going to make some ugly moves where I continue to try to shock her, and then you'll see right over here, it's not smooth. Like I get stuck, which is not what I expected to happen. So right here, I heard a Nia, like a second person scream. So I knew that Nia was there, and it looks like she was rummaging through that box for another flashlight. Sorry, for a flashlight. And so I'm gonna very quickly realize now, not quick enough, that I'm not gonna be able to get her to not drop this. The loop is too big, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the pallet. Let's get it out of the way. And I kind of want to see my information. I got two people hurt, and remember, this is an anti-healing build. So the more people that are hurt, to me, the more pressure I got going. I have corrupt intervention, so I'm not really worried about losing gems on the other side, and we all know that they spawned on that side. So here Meg makes a mistake and we get our first down. I see that she has a flashlight and I totally forget that the Nia's around with a flashlight because she didn't have it when we spawned, and they got that blind, which kudos to them. I usually don't fall for the blinds, but they got it. That was a nice clean blind that time. It was a good angle too. Unexpected. So Nia's gonna hold forward, and I'm like, you know what? She's going towards Shack. I've already wasted enough time chasing Claudette. Let me head back and see if I can interrupt their healing because we do have distressing and chlorophobia on. So right now I'm listening for any interrupted skill checks, or with Sloppy Butcher, you can usually hear it when they stop healing, the hemorrhage go off. And so she comes back to me. She has sprint burst, which I did not know. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and get the pallets out of the way now. We're gonna blast for information. And again, rough start. I promise it'll get better. So we got 3 people here. I'm looking to see where this third person's at. I was hoping they were still on the gen for a down, but they're not. So we'll go ahead and take Quentin. And again, anti-healing build, so the more people hurt, the better. And here's Claudette. Now, this pallet is gone, so she's gonna go down. There's not really much that she can do other than leave. She tries to hide, we don't fall for it. I see Nia there, but look at this. I don't know how she gets that. I really don't. At that moment, now I'm flustered. I'm annoyed. And here comes, right there in that moment, that's where I think the overconfidence comes in, right? They're feeling good. They're feeling cocky. Moonwalking with a click. And so now I'm like, okay. And, you know, despite all this drama, we've only lost 1 gen. I'm gonna swing to try to not get the stagger effect. You'll often see killers do that on YouTube. It's a neat little tech. We're gonna kick this just to get things regressing somewhat, because right now I have no pressure at all. So I was hoping to interrupt some healing. It doesn't look like they were. They're kind of spread out. And so we're gonna chase Claudette around this loop for a little bit. Now what you guys will see is this loop is pretty strong. It doesn't look like it, but as the game goes on, you'll see. And right here, Claudette made a horrible mistake. She tried to bolt, and instead she got into the locker. We've all been there. From here on out, though, from here on out, this game's gonna get out of control now. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna get so focused on trying to save and trying to bully that it's just gonna snowball. But I won't spoil. I will let you guys examine this with me. So usually when you start to M2 with the doctor, when they hear that bzzz sound, they usually won't go for the vault. So I try to mind game, it doesn't work. And so right here we hear them, they were healing, and we interrupted it with our build, because that's the whole point of this build. So we're gonna go ahead and take an M1 on Meg. I wasn't sure actually if maybe they were healing over there. So we'll blast this, and now she's trapped. So look, here goes our first person with the locker tech. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna swing while we turn. That way we don't get trapped in an animation. Now she's gonna try it too. I waited, and we get fucking auto pull, I guess. She's gonna blind me now. We're not gonna break. We're not gonna do anything, because I was worried about that exactly, that she was gonna try to CJ or something. But we timed it perfectly to where she was going back over. We get the grab, and we got 2 people down right away. I hear Claudette coming, and I'm wondering if I should try to chase her down. I'm like, you know what, it's not worth it. Thankfully we knew that this hook was here, or else it could have been really bad, because we are blind from residual manifest. They're gonna try to pick Claudette up. There's no way they have enough time, not with chlorophobia. And now I'm gonna get this out the way. They can go ahead and have their unhook. I gotta be careful though, because we got flashlights everywhere. She's got sprint burst, but homie here takes a slow vault and fucks up, and we'll take advantage of that. And so now I'm kind of just listening. I'm gonna send out a blast, because when they scream, when they're in that animation of screaming, they can't do anything. So I knew that they weren't gonna be able to blind me. And right there, we're just BMing a little to let them know I am not gonna be bullied today. A little bit of the nopers. I hear Claudette. I thought she was in the bush, but she's actually up top. I kind of want to see how she runs this for a sec, to see if maybe I can catch her trying to pick her up, because she does not have the time to do it. That's one thing about chlorophobia people don't realize. It also slows down picking people up off the ground, just because that counts as healing. So she doesn't get in a position to get a blind, so we'll go ahead and take another hook. And as you can see right now, we're stuck in like this rotation of hooks, and no one's on gens. The one thing I will tell you guys is, if you're gonna try the flashlight stuff and the fuck with the killer, it really is effective if one or two people are on gens. If you guys are all just in a rotation like this, it's not gonna work. So I hear someone crying, and I get kind of disoriented on where it's coming from, and it turns out that it's Meg over here. So I'm gonna try my, hugging the wall, try to swing into it. She doesn't fall for it, and she's gonna hold forward. I try to blast here, thinking that there is a, sorry, not a blast, the shock therapy, thinking she's gonna vault this way, but she's actually on the other end. So I end up leaving her and coming back to hook, hoping that they were healing under hook, which they were not, but she was there nonetheless, so not the end of the world. And here comes the second attempt here at the flashlight grab. So, did you guys see that, Nia? Hold on, let's rewind this real quick. Went a little bit too far. So I want to try to pause it at the perfect moment. So right here, you can see Nia getting in position. So they're going to try exactly what we talked about at the beginning of the video, where they're going to slowly come out and hope that I grab, but we're not going to do it. We're going to swing and spin, And that's the best way I have found to get around it. So look, there she is. And there we go. We give him a noper again. It's not gonna be me, not today. Not today. So now she's vaulted. There's no way she's gonna get over here. I could have been blinded by the right, but didn't happen, so I'll take it. She's gonna blind me now. Now instead of swinging, we're gonna send out electricity again in hopes that if they were going for an immediate unhook, that we would interrupt it. Doesn't happen. I hear her still to the right. That's a Meg though. So we'll go ahead and take the down. And right now, huge pressure. And it's all because we're just in a circle jerk of unhooking and hooking. And we hear him over here. Oof. And we messed up there, but that's okay because we'll take a trade. Ultimately, as long as the pressure keeps going, we didn't really have much to worry about. And so I hear them getting picked up over here and immediately another down. And so I'm thinking about picking up while I'm facing that rock, but I'm having PTSD of the rock from the beginning of the match. And we'll just go ahead and take it. Thankfully, the rock does its job this time. That second blind was wild. And so I hear Claudette over here. They're gonna blind me again. So we're gonna send out shock therapy again. I keep forgetting the name of it. Shock therapy. To try to interrupt any potential unhooks. I expected her to vault. She doesn't do it. And so now I know everybody is just here trying to get the unhook. And I am gonna camp here because there's literally no reason for me to leave right now. I know where everybody's at. I know what they're trying to do. I'm just gonna stall because ultimately they have to get the unhook. And right now we're putting on pressure. So either they come for it and I get a trade, or this person dies. Either way, they're in a lot of trouble right now. They're trying to get my attention. I'm letting them know I hear you. I'm not falling for it. I honestly thought that was gonna blast him, and that may have been enough to interrupt. And so now we'll get 2 downs out of it. Now I'm gonna pretend to go right for it, and I know Claudette's gonna try to get in position, and she ends up going down for it. We shock therapy for a second just to make it look like we're swinging, bait out any potential dead hard. She doesn't have it, so go ahead and put Quentin on hook. And so we find the Meg right there. I'd rather just get Claudette out the game than run after her and risk one of them having unbreakable and me throwing for my greed. So I'm just like, fuck it, let's play it safe, let's take the hook. We got our first person down. And let's remember, it was the Claudette who was moonwalking on me. She's out of here. And again, this was my game to lose at the beginning there. But like I said, I feel like they just got overconfident there. And so I'm glad that I took Claudette down, because if you didn't notice, one of them did have unbreakable and they ended up getting picked up. He had balanced landing. He gets away from me. That's okay. Kind of lost her there for a second. I don't know if I trust this tree, because once again, the way that blind happened earlier. And so now she's far away enough and I have an angle. I'm in a position where she's not going to be able to reach me in time. Maybe with background player, but I'm just watching to see where it is she's going, because this person is also out of this game. So she's gonna run over to Shaq. I'm gonna kick this for points, because why not? She's waiting to see what I'm doing. I was gonna blast. I did not I didn't expect her to be standing there. There we go. And I'm just feeling good about myself. That locker blinding shit is so annoying. Giving her the yuppers. And so now it's all up to Quentin. Gonna blast out here to see if we can find him. He's way over there. And so now this Nia is actually gonna let herself go on stage 2 and give her teammate an opportunity to get the hatch. Now, as you guys saw, this was totally in my game to lose once again. They just kind of got stuck in a rotation of hooks. And so here we are at the end. We send out a blast. We hear him. The illusion gives him away. And I don't know if he was just now getting to hatch or if he knew it was there, but ultimately he doesn't get it. And he knows it's over. kind of just stare at each other for a second there. And I'm disoriented on where the fuck he went. So he comes up back over to this loop. Like I said, this loop is pretty good, guys. You got 2 vaults on each side. You can spend a lot of time running here if you run it correctly, which I did not do a couple times. Not doing it now. But ultimately, he's about to make a mistake, and it doesn't really matter. So here I thought, okay, you really fucked up. But I totally forgot that he has balanced landing. Now, he thought that I went up on the platform. I didn't. And that's it. And so we'll go ahead and take our W. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And let this be the lesson that it's not about how you start the game, it's how you finish it. And I hope that's helpful and helping you guys counter those locker drives, because that shit is annoying as fuck. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you again for watching. We're almost at 150. See you guys later.